Hello everyone, welcome to Kitabe Cabins. मेरा नाम चारू है. So apparently I have heard that the word yearner is quite popular on the internet right now. And being the true Gen Z that I am, I would like to capitalize on this and make a video recommending books for yearners today. What is a yearner, you would ask? Yearning is that feeling of wanting something that you know you can't really have. Maybe you had it at some point but you lost it. Or maybe you don't even know what it is, but it is that longing to get something in your life. I definitely went through a phase in my life where everything that I was reading was about longing, unrequited love, people wanting more from their lives. And if you are in your yearner era right now, I think these books will make you feel very seen. So the first book on this list is The Beautiful Room is Empty by Edmund White. Honestly, this entire series is for the people who yearn. The book is a semi-autobiographical trilogy where our protagonist writes about growing up queer in mid-century America, wanting things he isn't supposed to want, loving people he isn't supposed to love, and learning what is desire and loneliness along with it. The other two books from the trilogy are The Boy's Own Story and The Farewell Symphony, which follow the same narrator as he grows up older in his life. What I love about this trilogy is that the yearning isn't just romantic. It is more than that. It is more about the life he wants. He is yearning for a life that feels true. He wants to belong somewhere. He wants to feel real. And that is where the yearning in this book feels so raw. The next book on this list is a collection of letters between John Keats and Fanny Brown. Keats is one of the greatest English romantic poets. He was already very ill when he was writing these letters to Fanny, and it is very evident in the way he's writing. He knows कि उनका कोई आगे certain future नहीं है. Everything just feels very urgent. It's very intense. It's very violent in the way he's expressing his love to his beloved here. And if you want a visual companion to this, the film Bright Stars also captures this very beautifully.
I almost wish we were butterflies and lived but 3 summer days. 3 such days with you I could fill with more delight than 50 common years could ever contain.
And I think exchanging letters is the most beautiful way to express love. It is the yearner final boss move for anyone to take here. And since we are on the topic of exchanging letters, one of the most devastating piece of literature I've ever read was The Profundis by Oscar Wilde. To understand this letter, you really need to get into the context of why it was written and to whom it was written. Oscar Wilde was one of the most celebrated writers of his time, which is very strange because mostly writers को recognition और celebration after they die मिलती है, but Oscar Wilde was quite celebrated जब वो लिख रहे थे around this time as well. And he was also a gay man, and which around that time was not just unacceptable but also criminalized. In 1895, Oscar Wilde was convicted for his relationship with another man who was Lord Douglas. Oscar Wilde wrote this letter while he was imprisoned. और जब आप इस letter को पढ़ेंगे ना, you will feel that obsession, you will feel that anger, you will feel that self-awareness. He knew that he loved this man जिसके लिए he ruined entire of his career, his life, his social status, everything was lost because he loved this man. You will see very conflicted longing in this letter, a kind of desire that will coexist with resentment. And I would also recommend you to search this up on YouTube. There are a lot of people who are reciting this बहुत ही खूबसूरत तरीके से. And if I'm not wrong, Patti Smith ने भी एक recitation दी है of this letter.
There is before me so much to do that I would regard it as a terrible tragedy if I died before I was allowed to complete, at any rate, a little of it.
Another collection of letters that I want to recommend to you is Faiz Ahmed Faiz writing to his wife Alice. Oh, it's so beautiful. This is true longing. आप वो letters पढ़ेंगे, you will just see the love seeping through all these pages. Faiz wrote most of these letters while he was imprisoned. आपको इसकी YouTube पे readings भी मिल जाएंगी. Especially check out the one where Zia Muhyiddin साहब इसको recite कर रहे हैं. It's so beautifully done.
Do not stint on your tears, my love, but keep your chin up, because the storm will pass someday, and the clouds will lift, and the sun will shine. Maybe not tomorrow, maybe much later, but surely it will.
Okay, also last mention to Richard Feynman's letter that he wrote. Richard Feynman was not a writer, he was a scientist and was writing to his beloved wife after she died. It's a very beautiful letter. He writes it knowing that she will never read it and also sort of apologizes in between कि मैं पहले नहीं लिख पाया letter and I'm writing this to you now. And I think this is where I'll stop with recommending letters. काफ़ी हो गया आज के लिए. A lot of reading recommendations for you. एक हफ्ता भर तक I hope आप पढ़ें ये सब कुछ, everything that I've recommended to you. I'll be back again with a new video super soon. And like always, thank you for being here. Thank you for being kind. And I will see you next time.
you.